A divine quest and a morning town's plea set four men on a path towards a smoldering cinder of malevolence once thought extinguished. What threads, if any, tie the fate of the missing shopkeep to the eerie glow emanating from Gauntlight?
And good evening, everybody. It's time to roll for intent. I'm your GM and your host, Trevor. And with me tonight, we've got Ray, Jake, Micah, and Todd.
I like how when you said my name, I threw my arms up into the air, even though no one could see me.
It's for the audience.
We could see you, so I got pumped for you.
That's a matter.
Micah threw up his hands too. I've never seen him jubilate before. It's incredible.
I think that song just gets him going.
Hey man, when the Spirit of the Lord comes upon me.
That song really rubs my prostate. I really enjoy it.
We're cutting that one.
Obviously not now.
All right, everybody. This is our second outing together. Last week, we had some fun times in a festival in the town of Otari. But before we dive into it, let's talk a little bit about what we're doing here. This is just the second episode. People are still probably trying to figure out what the heck we're doing. We are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. We're playing the Abomination Vaults Adventure Path. If you listened last week, you know that. But we kind of have a little bit of a unique setup because we are all remote from one another. We are not in the same room with one another. Some of us have never met each other before, and we have entirely played up to this point remotely. We are using a virtual tabletop. We're using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. We started almost a year ago with Roll20 and just weren't really happy with it with the Pathfinder 1st Edition system. We moved over to 2nd Edition, and Foundry is just absolutely perfect for it. All the plugins and stuff just makes it really easy to automate a lot of stuff that makes 2nd Edition kind of onerous for a GM, and made it possible really for me to kind of put everything on autopilot and be able to tell a story and assist everybody else in telling their stories. We record using OnWeCaster, which is a fantastic piece of software. I recommend anybody that's looking to record anything remotely over the internet, check it out. It was kind of a rocky start, but the dev has been amazing. Yahweasel's been great in helping us out, specifically with some of the issues we had, so great shout out to him. We use audio from Tabletop Audio and from a couple other sources, royalty-free. We've purchased licenses for a few things. We also use Incompetech for some of our audio. But that's kind of the setup that we got going on. We enjoy it. We've got some nice equipment. We have all matched equipment that took us, me and Todd, way too long to figure out exactly what we were going to get.
It's fun, though. I love shopping for that kind of
tech. Oh, man, yeah. It's lovely when the Sweetwater rep calls you and like, how you doing, buddy? You want to buy any more stuff?
Yeah, I remember when I bought my setup, they were asking me if I was recommended by anybody, and I was like, yeah, my brother. And they're like, does he have a Sweetwater account? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what's his name? And I was like, Trevor. And they're like, where is he at? I'm like, Houston. And that guy was like, oh, yeah, I know him. I'm gonna give him he said he was going to give you a discount or something.
Sweetwater is great. I love them. I buy whatever audio AV related I can from them.
We are not paid by them.
No, we're just we're not paid by anybody.
But if you want to sponsor us, Sweetwater, we're here.
We have pulled ourselves up by our own bootlaces. Goddammit, built this podcast from the ground up.
Yep, we created
Some say
this
we're
stuff.
still on the ground.
It's almost like we're maybe getting deeper.
When I go to edit, I have to go to my studio, and that takes me. It is 9 miles uphill both ways in the snow.
Wow. I didn't know your bedroom was so far away from your office.
It is. Yes, it's.
He snores so much, his wife just makes him sleep out.
I'm just so fantabulously wealthy that my bedrooms are that far apart.
I
own so much huge tracts of land.
It's a smile.
So mechanically for the game, just so everybody's clear what we're doing, we have a few house rules we play. Not really house rules, but variant rules. We do Ancestral Paragon rules, which are essentially you get more ancestry feats. Not really game breaking, but makes your character feel more powerful. We also do free archetype variant, which is you get free archetype feats as well. Once again, not really game breaking. It allows you to have a lot more fun with flexing your character creation and really shifting yourself into the concept that you want. I didn't think that they'd be a big deal, and I don't think they're going to impact the GMing too much, but I thought they'd be super fun. And we really want to do this podcast to have fun, and hopefully everybody else will have fun while we're having fun. We're doing hero points. I'm not giving them out for free, but I'm not stingy with them. You do cool shit, you get hero points. That's it. Now, all of that out of the way. Who wants to play some games?
Me.
Let's do it.
Me.
It's been
Excellent.
Hold on, I got a character. Let's do it.
So when we last left our intrepid heroes, Tovin and Yosef had just left the Rowdy Rockfish, where Yosef lives, on their way to the Gauntlight in the Fog Fen in order to investigate some eerie lights and strange happenings. We haven't heard from Bill and Solus in a little bit, but they also are heading towards the same point, maybe not for the same purpose. So let's see. Let's pick back up with Solus and Bill. How are you going to start your day, guys?
Well, I'm waking up in the crow's casks, aren't I? I wake up at the crack of dawn, get up, do some stretches, say a quick prayer, and I head down to see if the owner is doing anything. What's her name again?
Magaloy. Good morning. I trust the room was good enough for you.
Good morning. Yes, it was everything I could have hoped for. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Can I interest you in anything for breakfast? As you know, the mayor is comping your stay.
Something light, please. Some bread, maybe a little meat.
How about a little salmon on some bread? Does that sound good for you? That's something I have
very
right
fine.
here.
Yes. Now, if I could ask you a question, please, if it is not too much trouble.
Absolutely. Anything I can help you with.
Yes. I have been hired by the mayor to investigate the disappearance of the owner of the Thirsty Alpaca. Now,
yes.
Could you... What would you happen to know about it? To my understanding, it has collapsed suddenly due to kobold activity?
Yeah, there were a few of the stone scale kobolds. Kind of caused a stir when it happened. Nobody really likes to find out that you have unwanted neighbors beneath you, but they were a little overzealous in their warren building and caused an unfortunate cave-in. There were a couple minor injuries, but really the biggest problem was that we lost the proprietor of the entire store.
Yes, and what was his name?
Well, damn it, I had it right here just a moment ago. Harold Ryston. He was in his late 50s. Owned crows. He then owned the Thirsty Alpaca for about 30 years. Has a wife, 2 children. They're grown now, but they're worried about their father, obviously.
Indeed. And had this man in the past shown any sign of any sort of psychosis or otherwise?
Absolutely not. I mean, he liked the drink, maybe a little too much, but I wouldn't have called him a drunkard by any means.
Indeed.
Fairly respectable man.
Well, thank you then. You've been very helpful. Then I shall take my leave.
Excellent. Thank you. I will note that there was somebody looking for you this morning. You hadn't
Indeed
quite come out yet. I wasn't going to bother you. It's a representative of the mayor. I guess had a little bit more background information for you for what you were doing for them. I told him to hang around. He left. It's a kobold. He's you can't miss him. He's got bright purple skin. He's a wonderful chap.
Thank you. I shall keep an eye out for him. Krentic the kobold. Okay. Thank you.
Well, whatever it is you're doing, good luck, and fare thee well. I hope to see you when you return.
Thank you. And I head out the door.
You take... go ahead, Ray.
As Bill would have woken up early, said goodbye to his wife, said goodbye to his kids. He's a prompt man, so he would have made sure to be where he was instructed to be at the right time. So as you walk out the front door, you would see him probably either standing, leaning up against near the front door, maybe a post, or sitting, if there's a ledge, sitting on the ledge, sort of twiddling his thumbs between the links of his war flail, waiting for you. Not waiting too long, but waiting for you to walk out, knowing this is where you wanted him to be, because he wants to be prompt and paid.
Good morning, Mr. Thwomp. Thank you for being on time.
Oh, hello, and he stands up. Of course. Thank you for having me help you.
Now, to bring you up to speed, I don't remember precisely what it is I told you.
That you would pay me to help you with something.
Yes, but the important thing here is that we're investigating the disappearance of the owner of the Thirsty Alpaca. It has collapsed and he has gone missing. There are reports that he has been seen wandering around the warrens to the north, around the Gauntlight.
About that time, you see somebody come up to you at a relatively quick pace, a small creature. It is a bull. Bright purple skin, has a green crest, little vestigial wings. It holds out its claw to you. Is this Mr. Solus? Solus Potentius?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. My name is Krentic. I've been working with the mayor to try to find out what happened to poor Harold. In fact, he put me in charge of the commission to determine what had happened. We haven't had much luck. Is there any questions I can answer for you? I was one of the leaders of the kobolds. We want to do anything we can help with the city to find Mr. Harold and give closure to his family, but everything we've done so far has been for naught. Maybe you can ask the right questions, perhaps, and maybe I can provide some right answers for you.
First off, what precisely was it that your people were doing under there?
We had been run out, so to speak, of the Gauntlight in recent years and have been expanding our warrens farther away from the Gauntlight. Some stronger factions, I guess, had been encroaching. Not necessarily stronger creatures. I mean, kobold are the mightiest, obviously. However, their numbers were greater than ours. We found it necessary to expand southward. Unfortunately, we had a few younger hatchlings that were a little too overzealous in their digging and got a little bit too close to the foundations of the Thirsty Alpaca and caused a cave-in, unfortunately.
And were any of these younglings harmed?
No, fortunately, they were not. They were able to spring right into action trying to assist the people that were. Granted, typically kobolds that suddenly appear in a city aren't really looked upon very well,
Indeed.
So there was a bit of a misunderstanding at first, and the guards were called, and we cleared it up very, very quickly without any bloodshed, but we felt so horrible. We've pretty much given ourselves completely over to the town to try to make restitution. There's about 15 of us that live here now among them and do whatever construction and projects that they need, any sort of engineering. We kobolds are really a deft hand at it, you see.
What sort of engineering, if I may ask?
Well, we help maintain the Giant's Wheel and the sawmills. We help with some issues with the harbor causing erosion. Various things like that, building projects. We're trying to draw up plans to rebuild the Thirsty Alpaca, actually. We're very, very close to getting all the materials and the monies together to be able to rebuild it. We think it'll be a relatively quick process to do so.
If my accomplice here does not object, I should like to be shown this place. Could you direct me to it?
Oh, absolutely. And you guys were at Crow's Casks. It's not too much of a walk. You do have to make your way across the river. So you have to go south, down to Sandy Street or to Menhemi Street, across the bridge. Go a little bit north and right on the riverfront, there's essentially a crater in the ground. Not very large, 15, 20 feet across, that has caused everything to kind of sink into it, just collapse in on itself. The building wasn't very large, maybe 30 by 30, 2-story, but it lost 10 feet in a corner and it just kind of slumped in on itself.
You mentioned that your people were working on foundation repairs from water erosion of riverfront properties?
No, not at the harbor. Whenever there's a large storm and we lose a bit of the shoreline, we try to shore it up and try to pack in more sand and dirt and just try to maintain as best as we possibly can. This was due to our own construction before we had gotten involved with the town.
The collapse was, you mean?
Yes, the collapse was.
And it was immediately thereafter that the owner, Mr. Ryston, disappeared?
Mr. Ryston. He disappeared in the minor chaos that ensued as the entire structure collapsed. He ran into our tunnels and we feared chasing him. Ford was quite trapped, trying to protect ourselves from behind, and we didn't want to chase after him. It was dark. We feared the worst for not only him, but for ourselves if we had immediately tracked him, though. I do wish we had gone after him immediately. Perhaps we would have been able to find him.
And these tunnels lead directly to the warrens northwest of town?
More or less. It's about a 1.5 mile straight shot directly into the Gauntlight, the lower levels thereof. A lot of people don't realize not just what you can see on the surface,
And what is there on the surface?
Just an old ruined keep, big tower, vermin, flies. Now I think there might be some goblins or some such nonsense taking up refuge there.
And underneath?
Underneath is a little bit more complicated, I think. We never went too far down. We only went down in the first sub-level, but we know it does go deeper. Things pushed up the gremlins, which pushed us out, but we don't know what pushed them up.
Very well, then. Nothing further is coming to mind, Mr. Thwump?
Sounds like we gotta go north.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Krentic. If you could please, if anything else comes to mind that you remember or that you notice, please send for me at the Crow's Casks.
Excellent. I would like to ask if you do come across any remains of my kin, please do them the honor, perhaps, of a burial, or maybe say a few words. I know I can't really give you anything for it, and may not seem like much, but knowing that you did it as a man of faith would give me tremendous, tremendous joy.
Indeed. I will make every effort to. Do I know how to do a kobold funeral?
I don't know. Let's roll some dice.
We'll
All right.
improvise.
Let's do a knowledge society.
I have a religion check.
No society?
No society.
You probably have absolutely no idea.
Okay. Well, I could just roll a society. It's a +0.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. That is a 13.
You have a decent idea that you're supposed to invoke their ancestor dragons and ask for their guidance in getting them to the afterlife.
All right, good.
Very vaguely, that's what you know. I don't really think, and you get the feeling that he would just be honored if you did literally anything for them, because they've not been able to return.
Okay.
To administer to their dead or their lost comrades.
Okay. Fair enough. Sounds good.
At the very least, we'll bury them.
Indeed.
Well, thank you so very much. If you need anything else from me, if you have any other questions,
thank you, certainly.
You'll be able to find me. Just ask any kobold you find in town or the mayor. They'll be able to get you in touch with me.
Certainly.
Post haste.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Godspeed and fare thee well.
Thank you to you as well. Now,
he skitters off back towards the direction of the Menheme's estate on the east side of town.
To the Gauntlight, then.
To the Gauntlight.
Excellent. A quest is formed. So on to our other pair of adventurers who have already met up that we saw last week. So let's check in on Tovin and Yosef.
Excuse me. So last time we had left, I'd actually went over and picked up. I literally picked up Yosef.
Yeah, we were just leaving my place of residence. Yeah. You were taking me up to the Gauntlight, which I believe Yosef has said that he's heard of but never really had the compunction or chance to explore. Might as well. Better now than ever. I kind of imagine us like on the way there, since we kind of just, more or less briefly talked and then took off. A little conversation in the midst of everything else we're saying is like, by the way, how are you dressed? Are you in any kind of armor or anything, or?
No, I'm wearing absolutely no armor whatsoever.
What do you know anything about the Gauntlight, by the way? Besides what No Roof Lady told you?
No, that's pretty much all I know for the area. I mean, I've come through here once or twice, but this was never a happening while I was here. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, if we're trying to go to the Fogfen and then to the Gauntlet real quick, I feel like I should probably be a little bit more prepared. I'm just in my robes right now. Well, let me go back upstairs real quick and grab my things. And I imagine us only like maybe 100 feet away from the bar. So he'll scamper back on all fours and run upstairs, past his landlord and into his room. And it's, cluttered and it's really small. It's honestly just a loft space that kind of overlooks the bar down below. And he's got like a bunk bed, but the bottom bunk is just covered in boxes and detritus and old stuff that he has just collected over the years. And he reaches underneath one of those boxes and pulls out a small case that's wrapped in twine and unwraps it and pulls out a spiked chain and loops it on his belt. And then he goes to a different shelf across his room on top one of his wardrobes and pulls out a leather-wrapped twine package and undoes it. And a set of, I believe, what are the colors of that deity? I'm forgetting all of a sudden. A spiral-looking cloth underneath and a spiral symbol made of silver that he will take as well. And also, in another box, grabs a old shoddy set of what looks like just regular leather armor. Straps it on real quick and comes back downstairs. He's like, okay, I think I have everything I need. I've grabbed my... Oh, one more thing. And upstairs, next to the door, behind some cloth hanging off of a hook, he grabs a small box and brings it down with him and puts it under his coat. And he's like, never know when you might need some kind of on-the-field healing, if you know what I mean.
I actually do know exactly what you mean. That's kind of my trade.
Ooh?
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm a medic. I mainly I travel from municipality to municipality and peddle my healing to help spread the word and also to make a living. It's kind of my calling.
I'm no medic or healer, at least not at this point, but it is always useful to have some kind of way to patch yourself up when you don't have that direct line,
But regardless, I think I have everything I need, and I think I'm ready to go. I think the last thing I need to do on the way out of town is we're crossing the bridge. I work at a little eatery and bar here in town called Crooksnook, and I need to just let them know I'm not going to be there today.
Fair enough. Go ahead. As long as we can make it there before dark, that's...
Oh, it's no problem at all. Shouldn't take long. It'll be on our way out of town.
All right. I think I'm ready to go. Really interested in seeing what's going on out there, especially since it was so bright. It was drowning out some of the stars. That's
must be some
unheard
intense
of
light.
Unheard of for such a small community.
Well, regardless, I think we'll be well equipped.
I should hope so. And he pats his healing kit, or as a healer's kit, and his sacred text and his holy symbol that he's got around his neck.
It's like the 3-tap, like when you get out of the car and you're checking for your keys, wallet.
Yep, spectacles, testicles, wallet, man. Would you like to lead the way?
Sure, follow me, and we'll pitter-patter our way towards the Crooksnook, across the bridge, over the Osprey.
Excellent. So you make your way in. You know, the little jingle at the door, bling, 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 and you walk in, and it's a tavern. It looks fairly rough. It's probably the roughest place in town, but that's not saying much. It's a very sleepy town. There's a couple guys that are not drunk, but they're lit early in the morning, so you know what kind of place this is, right? So you get in and
town.
Make your way up to the bar. Take it away. Who do you need to talk to?
Strasvutia. Hello. Nice to see you again. I'm pretty sure I saw you here yesterday. Did you ever go home? Talking to one of the guys.
What's it to you, man?
Because I don't want to have to clean up whatever you throw up either here or immediately outside the vicinity. Go home.
Oh, I got here this morning. Don't give me any crap, man.
Regardless, somebody get some cold water for him. Anyway, where's Yinzirin?
Yinizmara, she's, guess she's back there, back behind the bar. You work here, man. Just go on in and talk to her.
Who are you?
I'm a regular. That's what I am.
The regular.
My name's Phil.
Did you say regular or irregular?
Both.
I'm
regularly irregular.
This is a normal.
There's no fiber in this town. It's all fish.
The rye crop has failed, I know.
He just pointed like, why are you asking me?
I wasn't talking to you. There's other people that work here.
Well, you talk to me first.
All right, Phil. So he'll walk back and lift. Oh, he doesn't have to lift up like the little bar divider. He can just walk right under it, and goes into the back where you can see that amongst the kitchen area that is set up in the back corner here, there seems to be a Cirque du Soleil trapeze act set up amongst all of the cookery and utensils. And Yosef kind of swings his way through and around them until he gets to the other side of the room and knocks on a small but secluded room with a shut door. And he's like, Gins? Excuse me? Are you there?
It's open.
I know I'm here early. Hello.
Come on in, Yosef.
Sorry to bother you. I was just, I'm letting you know that I was approached by some people that apparently need some help with something going on outside of town. I'm really sorry to let you know like this, but I thought I'd come and tell you in person also. I have all of my PTO days, so hopefully this shouldn't be an issue.
Where are you heading? If you don't mind me asking, where are you heading?
I was approached by this strange dentist to go to the Gauntlight. Apparently, according to him and No Ceiling Lady who lives in town, it is glowing green late at night. So, we're going to go find out why.
She looks at you and she raises her eyebrows. She's like,
I've seen that look. What
Interesting. It's an interesting coincidence that you're going for the Gauntlet.
What?
What
do you know about it?
I got a couple men that decided that they were going to go up there and see if they could find some artifacts or something. I told them it was crazy talk. That place has been scraped apart years ago.
Yeah, that's why I never went. You told me there was nothing there.
Well, they went anyway. Went last night. He said he'd be back this morning. I've heard absolutely nothing from him.
Who is him? Who went?
Remember the guy that you beat at the the pie making contest yesterday?
It's a pesty, but yes.
Yes, yeah, whatever. It was him.
Heilbrook? The guy that said there was sabotage and just took off?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh,
Bit of a hothead.
He's going to be really happy to see me.
Well, just keep an eye out. I'll compensate you for your time if you're able to find him. Just let me know if you do.
Hey, I can do you one better. My landlady was actually wondering if I could make more of those pasties for her place. So I was wondering, before I was contracted by Crazy Dentist, if I could take some supplies from the kitchen and make some for her to sell, if that was okay. How about if I find Heilbrook, we'll call it good for me missing a day.
I guess that'll work out.
Excellent. Good.
Now, go on before I change my mind. We're going to be short-staffed today, and...
Well, if everything goes well, hopefully I'll be back, before the sun goes down. Dos Vidania! And he skitters out the door.
Excellent.
Your PTO days.
Right? PTO days. Galarian has PTO, apparently.
I think
it's the Fry Cook Union.
I think a rat just being in the kitchen is an OSHA violation.
Right?
Definitely some health code.
That's racist. Actually, I think it's ancestress now.
I was going to say only here.
Oh, yeah. Right. It's heritagist. Something like that.
Well, so are you guys going to pretty much head straight there?
Yeah, he'll scamper back outside and make sure to not fall in some of the open holes that lead to the river inside of the Crook's Nook that people occasionally wrestle over. That's a really fun way to sober up. You should tell Phil that. Go take a swim.
As you guys start to leave, it starts to rain a little bit.
Oh, great.
And it quickly becomes I don't want to say it's a full-on downpour, but it's fairly wet.
Great.
We're going to give some nice rain music for that. As you head north.
Cozy.
I forgot my galoshes.
Do you even wear shoes?
No.
The Master Splinters it the whole way.
Well, as luck would have it, as you guys make your way across the bridge on the north side of town, you run across a large hobgoblin and a man dressed to the nines in armor for Order of Last Wall. Or are you not dressed to the nines in armor for the Order of Last Wall?
It's a half plate. It's mostly a cloak and cloth with a metal breastplate and metal arm.
Perfect.
Yep.
At any rate, you guys end up crossing the bridge at roughly the same time. And it becomes pretty apparent quickly that you may be going the same direction.
Toven, I think we're being followed by a golem and a troll. I don't quite know what that thing is. It's a goblin, but really big.
Well, my...
What's wrong with its ears? Hey, you! What are you?
Are you familiar with the play Shrek?
Do you recognize these guys?
Yeah, I'm assuming Yosef just screamed at me.
Yeah, he's kind of got the impression we're going in the same direction.
Right.
And he's too old to care about first introduction. So,
Is this like a two-person bridge, and like four people are trying to go at the same time, and like pushing against each other's shoulder?
You come here often.
I look over at Solstice and go, that's the guy that made the pies yesterday. You're the guy that made the pies yesterday, huh?
For fuck's sake, it's a pasty.
That's
Well, it looked
gonna
like
be a
a
running
pie.
gag.
Also, are we not going to acknowledge the fact that evidently Otari has po' boys and nobody said a goddamn thing?
Po' boys here.
Trevor was like, "What if I just put some fish on a bread?" And
Yeah.
did that. And Mike was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
I'm telling you, they had po' boys, and I've been choking down pasties this entire time.
What is wrong with my pasty?
That was you, right? That was you. You made it, and you won. And I won.
What did you? Oh yes, that's right. You were the brute with the saw yesterday.
Yeah, that was
And you were also big with the saw, but somehow not quite as brutish.
I'm sorry.
And I pulled teeth.
I also don't believe we've met. Do you have a face under that?
I'm assuming you're wearing full plate.
No, I'm not wearing a helmet, but I'm wearing a hood against the rain. Yeah. Like I said, it's mostly cloth with a breastplate and some arm.
Gotcha.
coverings. Yep.
You ask Solus that question, and not acknowledging social cues, I interrupt to go, "I'm Bill."
His hand extended straight.
It's like right in Yosef's face.
Yeah,
he just smiles and he wraps his entire hand around like your index finger.
Shake it. And
Yosef goes up and down a little bit.
I lift your feet off the ground just a tad.
It's very strong. That's like a +4 bonus handshake right there.
Thank you. You're very small.
And I am Solus Pointentis at your service.
Yosef Lavkaruki. Nice to meet the both of you.
What a last name. Mine's Thwump.
And also, I'm here. and I'm Tovin.
And this is my friend, Crazy Dentist. His name is Tovin.
Hello, crazy dentist.
Pale-skinned, bat-looking man.
I'll hand them my card. It's for the temple of the Cosmic Caravan.
It's a molar.
It's like this big in my hands. Like,
Yep.
My God, it has a watermark.
And for me, it's like this big in my hands.
exactly.
This is great visual humor for an audio medium.
Yep.
I'll have to come up
Ray
with a good-
picked up a tiny badge. And
Yep. I
Jake,
picked up a penny.
Jake picked up a Valve Index. Nice flex there, pal.
You're the one who said what it was.
I look at Tobin and go, "Well, you are a little creepy, but where are you going?"
You know, I was about to ask the same thing. You wouldn't happen to also be heading to Gauntlight, right?
I'm following this guy, and I point over at Solus.
Yes, the two of us were tasked with investigating a disappearance of a certain individual from town.
Oh,
Recent?
the guy that he owns the Thirsty Alpaca, right? He
Correct,
fell
that is
into the
correct.
ground.
That is correct. He was
His name
last
is
seen.
escaping my mind.
kobold.
I'm good at faces. But he's a kobold? I'm pretty sure he's not a
No,
kobold.
he's a human being. His
This
name is
shows how
Harold.
much Bill pays attention.
His name is Harold Ryston.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yeah, I remember the kobolds coming forward and claiming responsibility. Very strange from those creatures. Didn't see that coming.
Indeed, and he was last seen somewhere around the Gauntlight Keep. We were tasked with investigating it and hopefully bringing him back safely to his family.
How long ago was this?
How long ago was this?
How long has he been?
Yeah, I
missing?
actually forget how long. It's only been like a couple days.
We
right?
talked to him
no.
this morning.
No?
And today's the anniversary.
The kobold.
I'm just curious because this,
Bill just does that,
the reason that we're going for the Gauntlight is the strange happenings there with the. It seems it's lit up recently, and I'm just wondering if our timelines are going to match.
Yosef, you seem to have a hazy memory. You're not sure exactly when it happened, but you think it was between 6 and 8 months ago.
6 and 8 months. And he's been gone that whole time.
Yes.
All right.
They're not expecting to find anybody living. They just want some closure.
Yeah, it sounds like you're more or less looking for a body. That was over half a year ago.
Be that as it may, then it is still good to bring the body back to his family so that they may have closure.
Of course, it's very important to get a proper burial.
I can carry minimum 4 bodies.
Thank you. And the two of you?
Why? Why do you know that?
You don't want to know. But I'll tell you, sometimes when I'm working, I have to carry bodies off of where I'm fighting. So
Yosef
I
turns away and brings Solus with him, and he's like,
How long have you known him?
Less than 24 hours. I only arrived in town yesterday.
I think Tobin's going to warm up to it. Like, I've also spent a lot of time on the battlefield, also dealing with bodies. I cannot tell you how many corpses I've stitched together.
I can't tell you how many corpses I've moved.
Yosef is starting to seriously question his decisions.
Hey, we all have to listen. That's how I earn my keep. That's how I got my chops up for this job.
All right, what do you do to bodies?
They don't bring you the princess to start with. You have to work your way up.
He looks at Solus and he's like, "Do you do creepy things to corpses too?"
No, I would never desecrate a corpse. That's unlawful, a sin against God and man.
Desecrate practice. You call, potato. It's all tubers in the end.
No, there's a clear distinction between true medical practice and desecration of a corpse.
I'm not desecrating anything. I'm just moving it.
One's a job and the other's mental sickness.
Yosef, then, what was it that the two of you were doing?
Okay, so there is a strange lady who lives around town, and
she's not that strange. She's just a little eccentric.
She turns away from you and looks up at Solus, and says, she lives in the house with no roof because she's afraid of closed spaces.
Yeah, so what? Cattle live in houses with no walls.
What a weirdo.
Then it's not a house.
Potato. They're all tubers in the end.
Look at Dionysus man! Holds out a plucked chicken.
Yeah, don't make me Diogenes you.
Oh, Diogenes man. No, that's Plato's man. Diogenes the chicken.
Yeah.
Oh.
This has been Philosophy Talk with Roll for Intent.
And that is the extent of it.
I'm glad. Anyway, her name is Rin Savixi, and she and Tovin evidently worship the same deity, and it's very crucial that they can see the stars. And lately, the stars have been drowned out by some eerie green glowing light that is originating from the Gauntlight. And needless to say, shouldn't be doing that. And not to mention, on our way here, my employer at a bar here in town has a associate who went to go to those ruins last night and evidently has not returned.
Curious.
So it seems that just in the last several hours that this went from curious to rather serious. And I'm glad I grabbed my supplies.
He taps a box on his hip.
Anyway, I want to get out of this rain, and Gauntlight is not that far away, so let's get going.
About the time you say you do want to get out of this rain, it starts to lighten up as you make your way into the edges of the fog fen, and you start to hear the sounds of the swamp.
This swamp isn't supposed to be particularly dangerous. You just make sure you stick together. It's not a long walk until we get there. About 20 minutes or so.
Very well, then you're familiar with this area.
I've lived here for a while. It's like I said, I've had no compunction to go to Gauntlight itself, but, during the daytime, Fogfen is not terrible.
It doesn't seem that bad. I was actually visiting Rinse Potato earlier, and I could see it from there.
Jesus. Is that what she calls it?
So much tuber humor. Of course you work in agriculture.
I do nothing with potatoes, too.
It's just a pretty straight path there, too. It's easy to see. You can see the Gauntlet from here.
It's a bit overgrown, but the path is definitely clear. It's traveled well enough still. Kids, thrill-seeking kids going out and taking a look and whatnot. That there's definitely a clear path making it. And as Yosef said, you can clearly see the top of the Gauntlight rising above the tree line from virtually anywhere.
So that's where we're going. At night, evidently, it glows green with a strange intensity, and that is our mission.
That's very odd.
Very. Tell me, you're a knight. Have you ever seen something like that in your many travels and crusades?
Not quite like that, but not altogether different.
Do you know what to expect?
I don't. That's what worries me. I have some experience fighting the undead, but What comes from below the earth, I cannot say.
I've heard kobolds.
Well, let's be cautious heading inside.
And I guess we'll approach.
Excellent, excellent. Well, as you near your destination, the sound of frogs and mosquitoes mixes with water sloshing against the muddy shores, all muffled by the ever-present mists that linger in the aptly named fog fen. As the mists clear, a shadow looms from the cloying swamp vapors. A sprawling ruin of stone and wood squats atop an island in the soggy marsh. The upper floors have largely collapsed, leaving only the stone walls of the ground floor intact. Above these ruins towers an out-of-place monument, a colossal lighthouse whose painted walls and cast iron-cased crown have resisted the corrosive effects of the surrounding swamp. And you guys can probably start to take a look at your map.
Map change.
Oh,
Baby, we're on a map!
Oh, dynamic lighting.
Dynamic
Killing
lighting
me.
that's not awful and doesn't make your computer cry.
Yeah. I appreciate this. Holy. The fog of war, on the other hand, I
Very
could do
nice,
without.
very nice. So whose tokens are these? From the left we have... Is that
Bill.
Todd?
That's Bill on the left.
Okay, then that's Yosef, then Solus. Is that Tovin?
Yes, it is.
Tovin.
God, you look weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jake, I'm looking at you right now, and you know what? Not impressed.
So as a little bit of an aside, we're doing something a little bit different, specifically in order to increase engagement on an audio medium. Typically, when you would play in a virtual tabletop, all of the tokens would be able to have vision of everybody else's token. We are not doing that in order to force communication so that the players and myself will communicate audibly with each other about what's on the scene and not rely entirely on what they can see. They have to talk to other people about what they can see around corners, what they have vision on, because everybody has their own vision patterns.
The worst part of it is that it does have to be forced. There are death threats that are shared in our cast chats.
Absolutely.
I'll kill you for that.
It spills out.
All right, gentlemen. You see in front of you a fairly imposing, albeit crumbling, structure. Made of stout stone. The wood's a bit rotten and crumbling. The walls seem to be, 10, 15 feet tall. It's surrounded with arrow slits all the way around the perimeter. Of every wall, you seem to see arrow slits. There's bits of crude graffiti scrawled into walls. Here, things sloshing in the water from time to time. Probably nothing more than, frogs and muskrats and the like. But the air feels closer here, heavier. It almost feels like you're always being watched, more than you normally are in a swamp. You know that you're being watched in a swamp, but you feel the eyes on you here. Something that sits you ill at ease.
Does anybody else get a really strange feeling?
I do. It's evil. It chills me to my bone.
This place does not look fun.
There's something oppressive in the air.
It's thick and heavy, like soup.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah, and can we see the light? Do we see any green light spilling out of it?
No, it's too bright still.
Okay.
Too bright in the day. It's down here near you. It's really foggy and heavy and cloying, but the sun above you is still bright. It looks like the tower is rising above the fog. There's not really any indication of a light happening right now.
Okay, I'm going to take a step forward and look at the door and the stuff around it. What do I see?
Looks like a normal door. It seems like there's it's partially rotted, barely holding on to its hinges. Doesn't seem like it'd take much to open it.
I'm going to follow behind him. I feel like I need to keep him protected, so I'm going to stay pretty close to him.
This is the door to, probably it would have been a battlement or a watchtower in the heyday of this, but the upper floor is gone. You only have the base floor here.
See if it's unlocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jiggle it.
It just pushes forward. Just opens up for you.
It's some kind of vestibule I'm seeing. Rotted stone floor. Some broken furniture.
As you walk in, you see swaths of mildew and mold covering the damp surfaces of the watchtower, appearing as green and black smears on the dull stone walls. The door frames and the walls to the north and the south rotted long ago, while a few collapsed chairs lie on the floor amid small heaps of foul-smelling gray lumps. Thick sheets of dusty cobwebs hang from above, obscuring any view of the crumbling ceiling. Water drips from fetid, stagnant pools on the roof, trailing across the slightly crooked floor in dingy rivulets.
Ugh. What are those gray lumps? Can I inspect those?
Yeah, you have a, knowledge nature?
Let me check. I want to make sure. I have a +2, but I'm untrained in it.
Go ahead and make a roll.
Doing it. What is this? I rolled a natural 9 for an 11.
You're not sure. Nothing springs to mind as to what this might be. Maybe everybody give me a perception on this.
Okay.
Secret rolls there, Jake?
Why did I privately roll dice?
That's a 15.
7.
I got a 14.
23.
Wow, that's impressive. Solus, Tovin, you look up and note in the ceiling you see a bunch of cobwebs and spiderweb. But you see that just beyond it, there's a slipshod network of soggy ropes and planks that things could run around on up there. Yosef, you notice that in the corner of it, there's a hole that leads up to the ceiling of this tower, and it looks like there's a pole up at the top of that hole with a rope that seems to be leading to the northeast. And about the time you guys notice all this, you start to hear some odd chittering. Tell me about what kind of languages you guys have.
I have, as Yosef, I speak Common, Yosoki, Draconic, and Aklo.
As Solus, Common and Undercommon.
Excellent. Tovin, what you got?
God, I'm gonna have to, for some odd reason, I don't have these.
God damn it, Todd. We said be prepared!
Amateur hour.
Shame.
If I'm not noticing this, if I'm not, I don't know if I rolled high enough to notice this.
You did not notice anything. You're just marveling at the lovely spiderwebs.
Well, if that's the case, too, I noticed there's a door at the other side of the room. If I can saunter my way over to it and check to see if it's locked.
As you walk by, Yosef would probably reach out and touch your leg and be like, wait.
There's something.
Okay. I stop as you touch my leg.
Look up.
It's too dark. No, I have dark vision. I can see it.
You said you know Undercommon, right, Micah?
Yeah, I did.
I know
Yep.
Common, Undercommon, Aklo, Necril, Shadow Tongue.
Okay. All right. So Yosef and Bill would just kind of hear.
Finish.
Tovin and Solus would recognize this as Undercommon. And you hear them saying, you translate this as, "We are magical pixies. You should eat our magical pixie mud. It will give you powers." And snickering. And chittering and chattering, and they keep going on. You hear about 3 voices. Yes, eat it. It gives you strength. Strength like a dragon.
What the fuck is that awful noise?
Can I try to see through the... if there's a deception here, can I try to see through
Are
it?
they saying something?
Sounds like
they
chipmunks.
I secret rolled these guys. They absolutely whiffed absolutely everything they were trying to do on you guys.
Okay.
I got way below your perception DCs.
So that's why
All
it was
of you.
clearly so not convincing.
Right. Exactly.
Secret rolls, man. Never get used to them.
What is that supposed to be? What are they saying?
It's clearly undercommon. I can't tell what those creatures are, but they're trying to bait us into eating these... whatever these lumps are, I believe.
What are they saying?
That they'll give it strength. They'll give it us powers.
Who are this? And what did they say about themselves? Is it something about them being pixies?
Did they mention being pixies? Sorry.
They did.
Yeah,
they
they
said
did.
this is our magical pixie mud.
Okay. They said they're pixies.
I don't think pixies speak undercommon. I wouldn't, personally, but I'm not stopping you. It's up to you.
Thank you. That was my judgment as well.
They keep chittering and chattering. They seem to be getting more agitated. You understand what I'm saying? They're not buying it. They're not buying it. What do we do now? What do we do now? We've been made. Get out. You run for the boss. Run for the boss. And you notice and hear thump, 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 thump on the planks above you.
Oh.
And you see
Pixies are not that heavy.
3 lovely little gremlin-looking goobers show
is
up.
it happening?
Ooh.
And I'm going to show this to you, this lovely little...
Ooh. Look how
little
cute
guy.
he is.
He's kind
Its
of
head
adorable,
is the size of his
isn't he?
body.
Yeah.
Right?
It looks like the guy that works at the bank from Harry Potter.
Willow?
Aren't those goblins?
They are goblins, yeah.
I think so.
And I need everybody to give me a lovely roll for initiative.
Wow.
Hey.
All right, let's talk about what we got, guys.
I got an 18.
I got a 14. It should just be in the combat tracker that popped up. Yep.
Oh, God. Why have you broken everything?
I don't know.
Why do you destroy everything you touch, Todd?
I can't help it. These hands.
These hands.
Used to be so strong hands.
Just roll a perception check and we'll use that.
I got a 24.
Holy shnikes. All right. There we go. All right, Tovin. You have absolutely smashed everybody with your awesome 24 initiative. How are you going to begin this combat? You have 3 creatures that you can now plainly see above. 2 that have dropped down to the ground, and 1 is above you.
Oh, 1 is above me.
Yes, this one here is above you.
Oh, okay. So that would place him. How far up is he?
The ceilings are 10 feet. I will say that he's about 8 feet above you.
All right. So Pythagorean theorem. Okay. Well, I'm going to actually cast guidance on Solus. Ooh. I'm going to tap him on the shoulder and be like, "You look like the strong sort. Can you take care of this problem for us?"
I shall indeed.
And I think that's all I'm going to do for that turn.
Did you?
Oh, you know.
Okay,
what?
you gave him guidance. You have 3 options, man.
Yeah, that's true. Let me do some knowledge. Can I roll a knowledge on these things?
You can roll a knowledge on one of these guys.
Okay. Sorry, it's not knowledge anymore. It's a skill.
It's a knowledge, whatever the heck.
Okay. Nature? Religion?
These I'll let you do nature on these.
Nature? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. And I got a 14.
This is what's known as a mitflit. It's related to a gremlin. They're cowardly and self-loathing.
Oh, sounds like my brother.
And unlike gremlins, they've lost pretty much all of their ancestral magic. Is there anything specific you want to know about them?
Did they have any weaknesses, I guess?
They're weak to cold iron.
Oh.
That's all you're getting.
Fucking stab
Should
him.
have spent the extra money on that.
All right.
All right. Okay. That's good enough for me. I will, I will just move right behind Solus if I can.
All right. Jacob, you're up. Let's see what Yosef Love-Karuki can do.
Okay. I think what I would like to do is, as my first action, whip aside my cloak and pull out a spiked chain. And then I'm going to step 5 feet diagonally. So I am 10 feet diagonally from the closest one.
That one's in the air. That one's
in
above
the
you.
air?
Well, he's not in the air. He's on the walkways above you.
Oh, so is he functionally 10 feet away from where I was standing?
Yes.
Then I am going to whip out at the closest one above me in an effort to trip him on the wooden planks.
Excellent.
Cool.
And if I believe we did this correctly, this just uses my attack with my spike chain because it is a finesse and agile, or not agile, but a finesse weapon.
On this one, so remember, trip, right, allows you to use, since this is an agile weapon, you use your athletics with your dexterity bonus. So remember, a trip weapon, it allows you to trip while holding a weapon without having hands free. So, yeah, I think that's it.
I just have to attempt to trip him.
Right.
Rolling in athletics, but using my dexterity instead.
Right.
So instead of it just being a +1, that would be a +5.
Cool.
Because I am trained and I have a +3 modifier. That sounds right. So,
at least that's the way I'm ruling it.
Let me grab.
This may change in the future.
My duck dice that my girlfriend got me. I'm rolling it. Physical. That is a natural 6 for an 11.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get him. He kind of hops over. He's like,
and that'll be the end of my turn.
You're not going to try to take a step back?
That's all. Yeah, actually, I should. I forgot I have that last action left.
I would recommend.
I guess I could just try again.
Taking a step just straight down and not diagonally, if you want to.
Yeah, but then I have to attack around the corner at him.
That's true.
Yeah, I have a 10-foot reach. I'm not worried. And if they approach, you'll be right there to defend me, won't you?
I sure will.
Excellent.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Well, next up is actually the creature that you attacked. He is going to run across the walkway above you to the corner of the room. Use one action to pull out a dart. And his final action to hurl a dart at Tovin. So he's going to hurl,
not my sweet baby boy,
a dart at Tovin. Hurl, get you, long shanks. Natural fucking 20.
Wow. Starting off strong, are we?
So does a 28 hit?
Yeah, that's actually a critical.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is.
I mean, it's critical anyway, you son of a bitch.
All right, so I get to roll a d4 -1, and multiply by 2. So that is a 6 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Okay. Tovin's okay.
Got him like right in the neck.
Right in the neck. And that is the end of that Mitflit's turn. Raymond, you are up.
I look over at Solus.
What's Bill gonna do?
I look over at Solus and I say, "Don't worry, I'll take care of them." And I pull out my great axe. And I'm going to move up to these two, who are side by side. These two Mitflits, and I'm going to swing my great axe. Pulling out my great axe is an action.
Yes.
Yes, and then moving over towards them is an action.
Right.
And
which one are you targeting?
I'm targeting this guy right here. I don't. What's the?
You click on him or right click on him, and you should be able to hit the little target beacon.
Nope.
Okay, well, I target him for you.
Okay, yeah. And I will swing my great axe at him.
That's definitely a hit.
Yeah.
That's
21.
What? 21.
For a 21.
14 on the die. That is definitely a hit.
I bring it over. Big double arm, holding with two hands, double arm sweep. Woof, And as I hit him, I just attempt to point at the other one and say, "You're next."
Nice. Let's roll for damage on that
Yes. Dun, dun, dun.
Holy fuck!
14 points of damage. Maximum damage.
one. You
It's a D12.
absolutely clear him and cleave him in half. He is just dead.
Now my
Gone.
"you're next" seems a lot more intimidating.
Right at his boy. That's bad.
Goodness.
Just a lump of gloop on the ground.
Excellent.
Joseph only kind of half sees this, but he's kind of terrified.
Tobin is thinking about how he could stitch that back together.
Solus, you are up.
Okay. I guess I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. Action number 1 is to draw my sword. Action number 2, run over to this fucker. Action number 3, attack him.
There you go.
Okay.
Let's see what you got. Hit me with your best shot.
I can't target any of these guys either.
It's a 23.
Whoa.
That is a hit.
Very nice. Now, damage. That's an 11.
Nice.
And
Excellent.
you get him right under the chin and slice across his carotid artery on the left-hand side, and he just bleeds out right there in front of you in seconds. Just
Jeez. Well,
I'd like to use a free action to high five Solus.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. And wow, you guys are getting this number 1 encounter, no problem. You guys were complaining about my freaking natural 20. Bunch of whiners. All right, Tovin, you are up.
Okay. Well, there's not a whole lot I can do because Tobin is not exactly a martial character, and he's sort of built for other things. You know what? He's close enough. I'm going to cast a spell, and the towards the one that hit me with a dart. Oddly enough, I'm kind of perturbed about that, a little angry, and I'm going to cast Admonishing Ray.
Why are you going to admonish Ray? What did he do to you?
Listen, there is a long, long laundry list that I have to deal with when it comes to Ray. But we don't have that kind of time in this podcast. It'll be a separate podcast. But yeah, he's going to rest his hand on his holy symbol around his neck and close his eyes and start chanting under his breath. And yeah, there's going to be an invisible force that strikes out at this thing.
All right,
I'm trying.
Let's roll that damage.
Oh, I got it. Oh,
that attack.
Oh, natural 20!
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. 2 in the
Blow for
first freaking
blow.
combat, man.
That is a magic
That's
crit,
a clap
baby.
back
So-
right there.
wow.
so
Right
here's
there.
the thing. Okay, so
You choose to make it feel like a strong punch or a slap.
it is. It's definitely a backhand. And I'm gonna roll damage.
2d6
Backhand him off of
times
the
2,
thing.
man.
Oh my god.
20 points of damage.
Holy crap.
It was non-lethal though, just so you know.
Oh, it's non-lethal? Well, it knocks him out. He's cold. Out cold.
I'm happy that I want him to fall out of that like a bird being shot out of a tree.
Yeah, that works. That works. I will say that you hit him, and it knocks him back up against the wall, and he tumbles over the edge of the ledge, and then falls to the ground.
And he
And,
breaks his neck and dies.
and takes 1d6 of falling damage.
All right, you gonna roll or you want me to?
I got it.
Okay.
3 points of falling damage after having 0 health because of non-lethal. He did.
Wow.
Broke his neck on the way down. So much for being non-lethal.
All right.
Let that be a lesson to you. And he spits on his corpse while he gets out his needle and thread.
Yeah, everyone's dead at this point, right?
All of them are dead. You have
I look at Yosef
have
and go, now it's
successfully-
time to move the bodies.
Where are you moving them to?
I don't know, just out of the way.
Start stacking them. I want to stack this one on this one for no reason.
I mean, you could definitely carry like all 3 of them under one of your arms.
I could just hold them in the palm of my hand like this. Just stack all 3 of them up.
I have a shovel at home. Either later tonight or tomorrow I can bury them. Just leave them outside, and maybe the natural fauna will come and take them away. Well, no.
Or we could just throw them in the water.
No, that's not. It's not very respectful.
They tried to kill us.
But they're already dead, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
we already won.
to be fair, they were also kind of mocking us. Just so you know.
Again, they died.
That was on them. I would have just went through the other door.
Vermin with a heart of gold.
You know what? I really probably can't bury that one anyway. And he points to the one that's been cleaved in twain.
You don't have to dig 2 holes. I mean,
I'm better off just putting what's left of it in a pot. You know.
I say we rested. We let Yosef experiment this week. This week on the Iron Chef.
Hey, Solus, come here. Lean down, please.
Sorry, one more time?
Solus, could you come here and lean down? I need to look at you.
Yes, of course.
And he notices that you have taken a fucking dart to the... Or not Solus, I mean... I'm sorry, I've got the models mixed up. Because, I'm sorry. Tovin's model is really throwing me off.
Tovin's model... I believe you... The girl from the ring.
It looks like an unfinished model.
It does.
Yeah, no, I made him as plain as possible because that's exactly how he's supposed to be.
He'll look up at Tovin, who took a dart to the neck, and he's like,
Lean down to it real quick. Let me see.
And I do.
And you do. Thank you. In the audio medium, Todd.
I lean down very pensively.
And I will reach into my healer's kit and pull out some supplies and roll a medicine check to see if I can heal in this interim.
Ooh.
I do not. I got an 8 with a natural 3. Good shit. This is what happens every time I roll Foundry dice. It's hot garbage.
You know what? Let me try. And we get a +1 for that kit?
I believe so. Actually, I don't know. I think it just gives you the ability to do it.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
I got for 26.
Very, very impressive.
I'm actually better than ever. I'm getting stronger every day. Thanks for your thoughts and prayers. They've only made me strong. Quit thinking and praying for me. I'm becoming unstoppable.
You must stop before it becomes too late.
Yeah, but so you treat wounds, which means you get 2d8 hit points back, and the wounded condition is removed. You don't have
2d8
on a success. For
really? You get a 2d8 at level 1?
You are holding healer's tools and are wearing them and have a hand free. You spend 10 minutes treating one injured creature, the medicine DC, yada yada. To succeed at your check, you can continue treating the target to grant additional healing. And if you treat them for an additional hour, double the hit points they regain from treat wounds. The results of your medicine check are as follows. Critical success regains 4d8 hit points and the wounded condition is removed. Success, 2d8 hit points.
Okay.
Failure, 1d8 hit points. So I actually still healed you.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I didn't need to roll 9. Well,
yeah, because even though I critically fail... Oh, no, critically fail is 1d8 damage. I'm sorry, I can't read.
Oh, okay.
So you did need to do that. And you gave yourself too much health and you died.
That's crazy.
Just wraps around.
I actually split into Tovin squared.
Fun fact, I believe we already talked about this, but it literally does wrap around in this game now.
Yeah, it's like a unsigned integer. If you go too far, you go into negative numbers. It's really bad.
No, I think... Weren't you saying that there's like an enemy that pumps you full of positive energy until you explode?
There's an enemy that pumps you full of positive energy and you will explode from positive energy overflow. It's in Bestiary 3. It's freaking great.
They're the worst. Like, they're just so giddy about... They're so giddy about
You're not going to talk about me
everything.
like that, Todd.
I mean, I don't want to say who it is. But...
That's why you tried admonishing me earlier.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll take 10 minutes, and he'll patch himself up. Actually, I think it was going to take 20 because I failed, and then he had to do it himself. Yep. So
I can do it myself.
So I'm gonna another look behind the GM screen. in this game, typically, with games you played with me, we've done milestone leveling because it gives me a really precise control over exactly when you guys can level up for story reasons and stuff. But then I realize I screw that up more often than not. So we're using XP as defined by the adventure path. So I'm about to assign you guys some XP.
Oh God, where do I put
How
it?
much do we get?
I can feel it.
60. Oh, I have to add it myself.
Yeah, you just hit the plus button and it'll add it to your
Add.
sheet.
Where? Oh, I see it.
It's in the chat.
No, where is it on the chat? It's on the. It's right next to the level. Yeah. But you know what, Todd? I was getting there. Okay.
You know
I
what?
can
Yeah,
inform people too.
This is why I hate you, Ray.
I'm just.
This is why I hate you.
Bill is an extension of my own brain. Okay.
Tobin is like my lighthearted side.
I don't want to
Stitching
see the
together
other side.
corpses.
So, are you guys gonna search bodies or search the room or anything along those lines?
Well, I'm trying to throw the body in the river, but Yosef has some words against it. So.
I want to search for where Yosef got his medical degree.
No, I'm not very religious, but I do, if I follow anything, it's just, I like the tenets and teachings of Phrasma, and, the Lady of Graves has a certain way about dealing with those who have passed, regardless of what kind of life they had. So she can deal with them after they're dead, but at least while they're here, I will give them the proper burial they deserve.
That is very noble of you.
And I want to throw him in the river.
I mean, Bill, I can't stop you. You're 4 times my size, but I really wish...
But I want to
really
be
wish
your
you'd let me do
friend,
this.
so we must come to an agreement.
I appreciate your compromise, and by compromise, I mean doing it my way.
I think that we should just move on, guys. We should just...
I'll take care of them later. We just move them outside, and let's move to the northern door.
Let it resolve itself. These things move in cycles.
I'll come back with a shovel at another time.
All
Seems like a
right,
waste
and
of
I'll
energy.
pick him up and carry him out front. That'll be the compromise. I won't throw them in the river, but I will throw them out the front door.
Perfectly good meat going to waste.
It's just like you see a pigskin just come flying out the front door
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
standing in front of Gauntlight.
Chuck it.
Whoa, is that Peyton Manning inside of the Gauntlet?
Yosef, I have 4 words for you. Pasty of the month.
Pasty of the year, I won.
I'm just saying, you know what? Just take the ingredient and really, stretch out. Just see what you can do.
Hey. Do I walk into your ramshackle yurt and tell you how to pull teeth?
No, because after seeing you practice medicine on me, Where did you go to study medicine? Was it DeVry?
I don't know, but it certainly wasn't the
Phoenix
boneyard like
Online.
you fucking ghoul.
As they're fighting about this, can I make my? I was gonna make my way to this door earlier.
Yosef will remember this.
I hope I didn't alienate anybody that went to DeVry.
DeVry's a great school.
Is it?
No.
I was trying to bring it back, bring back our DeVry listeners. We don't want you to listen anyway.
They don't know how to operate a computer. It doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
Hey, they had to open a computer to enroll online, okay?
All right, I'm done making fun of people's educations. Can we move on?
There's a door over here.
I said, by the way, nobody saw my quotations when I said educations.
I'm not taking any kind of flack from somebody who says educations in their first language.
You think Common's my first language?
It's certainly not your third. Can you go open the door?
I'm first. Yeah, Tobin exclaims, "Firsties," as he walks through the door.
Firsties.
It's a
YouTube comment.
Yeah, I was just going to say like a YouTube comment.
The door, as soon as you kind of touch it, it just kind of crumbles open. It's
Well, great.
absolutely rotted into
Leroy
nothingness.
Jenkins.
Now look what you've done.
The wooden drawbridge, its timbers gray with age and decay, spans the 20-foot gap between the outbuilding and sprawling ruin on the island. Rusty iron chains hang from the ruin's northern wall to the drawbridge's southern side. The chains look ready to fall apart, giving the drawbridge structural integrity an extra layer of dubiousness. The draw mechanism is rusted fast after years of neglect.
Does it look like the bridge will break underfoot?
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
I'm also going to roll that.
I rolled a 2 for a 9.
Okay.
What'd you guys roll?
Tobin and I both rolled a natural 2 for a 9.
It's a 17. That's an 11. A 17.
17.
You can, you notice that it looks like the supports for this bridge have been undercut a little bit more than they're already dubious looking. And you think that if more than one person crosses at a time, it may collapse.
I could throw you over.
Tread lightly, fellow. No, just do the sensible thing and walk across one man at a time.
What if it breaks?
If we cross it one person at a time, it shouldn't break.
All right. I weigh 1,000,000 pounds. No, I'm just kidding.
I will go first. I'll go first.
I have the density of a dying sun.
Actually, Yosef should go first. I elect to be
I actually agree with you. You're too fat.
And I run across the bridge.
I will note that as you're going across the bridge, kind of take note of your surroundings, and off to the east you see that pool of water over there.
Yeah.
There's tangles of reeds growing in thick clusters around the edge of the pond. The water appears murky with algae, and the half-decayed body of a 3-foot-tall scaly humanoid lies on the north bank, half buried.
No.
A smell of rot rises in your nostrils as you near the edge of the pool. A school of tenuous carp gasp for air on the surface on the far bank, suffocating in the mud.
Oh, God. I found one of the kobolds, I think.
And as he's across the bridge, no longer on it, he'll point to the east over there in the water, and he's like,
I'm pretty sure. Somebody can feel free to, but
I'm
double
going to
check.
say he's right around here.
like on the shore.
On the shore. He's like half in the water, half out of the water.
Oh, so the lower half of him probably isn't even decomposed because it's a swamp.
Right.
Gross.
It's okay. It wasn't your fault.
Whose fault?
Anyway, while I'm across the door, is this door unlocked? Or if I'm across the drawbridge, is this one to the north unlocked?
If you push on it, it moves freely.
Okay. I turn and look back to the rest of them. It's like, it's unlocked. Just come across one at a time. It's very rickety.
Tobin crosses.
Now,
After you, Bill.
All right. Make my way over. Now, from where I'm standing on the other side of the bridge, being that I'm 6'8", can I reach safely the ground but below me? Like if I were to like sort of crawl off the bridge and try to jump down off the ledge.
It's only about 4 feet down, so I mean you could just hop off, no problem.
Okay, as he said, a humanoid creature. I remembered this. We're looking for a human, so I'd like to come down. Aww. The attempted. I cannot jump down.
Okay, I can move you over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll move you over there because I have these.
Okay, perfect. I want to go over to the body and hold it up towards Solus.
Is this the guy we're looking for?
I don't...
sort of shake him a little bit to get all the swampy shit off of it.
Unlikely.
The skull falls
for a
off.
human.
This is a human. I guess I should do an investigation to see if he said a humanoid-looking creature
With scaly skin.
It said scaly. Yeah.
Didn't catch that part.
It's like, guys, the narrator said.
I heard humanoid. Humanoid.
So this isn't the guy we're looking for.
I doubt it.
Put it back down. Walk back over.
As you pick him up and you shake him, his belt pouch falls off, and there's you hear the jingle of coins.
Ooh.
Mine! And Yosef runs over.
And you see a tiny little pouch, another pouch come off, and you open it up, and there is a spike snare in the pouch that you could set up.
Ooh. Oh. Can I have that?
Sure. He's not the guy we're looking for.
No, well...
I'm sad that it's not our guy.
Well, here, can you do me a favor and instead of throwing him, like you did with the misfits, whatever they're fucking called.
Misfits.
Could you gently set that one outside? I'm pretty sure you told me one of the kobolds was approached you and asked to bury them, right?
Yes.
Okay, well then set him outside so I can take care of that later.
I can do that. I pick him up and I throw him over my shoulder, pull myself up on the back onto here. Oh, I can't. There's a wall in my way.
As you start to move, though, you see ripples in the water. And something rises up.
Oh, no.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, God.
Out of the water.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a large, looks like a frog with fangs.
Oh, no.
Comes up out of the water.
Oh,
don't like that.
He looks Russian.
Don't.
And opens his
Was he in Dune?
And everyone, roll for initiative.
Sorry, guys.
That looks like the dumbest way somebody could spell Slark.
What's that hero called? Slurk? And there, look. Suddenly I rolled. Yeah, I rolled a 16. Okay.
Look, a natty 20 for
Oh,
Jay.
wow.
Wow.
Got
Look at this. What's
27.
Everybody got? What everybody get?
I rolled a 17.
22.
Excellent.
I did a 16.
Look at this.
I
look at
rolled
this
a 27.
combat. Oof.
Dang,
Numbers.
that's nice. The
Look at this combat tracker.
Slurk
yeah.
didn't do well.
Yeah.
Slurk did not do well. All right, he pops up out of the muck, and despite being stealthy and trying to get the jump on you, you guys just are too perceptive for him. So
Or too dumb.
the round starts with Yosef.
Oh boy.
Yosef wants to run back through this door because I am to the north. I'm going to move through this door, and then I see that Solus is still on the drawbridge. And I know that I cannot walk onto the drawbridge lest it break.
You think
Can
that
I,
you would be fine on the drawbridge because you're small?
Yeah?
Yes.
So me and him could... Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm going to step out very rickety and not sure how much I trust this. And how, if I walk out, can I see where Raymond and the Slurk is?
Yes.
Oh, it's right there. Is it feasible to say I still have my chain whip out?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to attack this thing
Beautiful. Let's go for it.
with my 10-foot reach. Spike chain! Roll. I'm going to use Foundry. Don't fail me now. Natural 3. Why am I surprised?
Yeah, that's a
I,
big fat miss there, buddy.
I'm going to believe in Foundry one more time before I never use it again and go with... we're going to get it this time. It's only a +1 to hit.
That's a true RNG.
It's a natural 8. I don't believe you at all. That's my round.
Well, that's 2 misses there. Natural 8 for a 9.
That's 3. I haven't hit anything yet.
Oh, that's just this round. Calm down. Micah,
Okay.
you're up.
Is there anything
What's
I know about
Solus
this
gonna
creature? Any possible thing I can...
We could roll knowledge nature,
Okay.
or if you feel like you have a lore that might work for this
No,
guy.
No, definitely not. That is an 8.
No, you can't say you've ever seen anything like this before.
Okay. Because Jake still had his chain drawn, do I still have my sword drawn?
I would say that everybody, once you got into a combat, you'd be kind of ready for something.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you all have your weapons out.
Then can I hop down to right here?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Then I'd like to take an attack.
Cool. Go for it.
Natural 1.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
RNG.
That's. Well, I mean, that's how RNG works, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no good.
Yeah.
That's a no good. That's a miss there, buddy. You gonna try it again?
That was my third action.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You hopped down and then did one attack.
The first action, the knowledge check, does that not count?
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. I completely
right.
forgot about the knowledge check. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. All right. Yeah. No, that's it. Ray, you are up though. Can you? I will say that you, however, do not have your weapon out because you just picked up the kobold.
You're carrying
Right.
the kobold body.
Yep. So I pull out my war flail. You're disgusting looking. Swing it at it.
All right, let's see what you got there.
Oh, an 11.
Yeah, that's a mess there, buddy. Try it again. Try it again.
Yep, do one more. Okay, 21.
There
21.
Oh, a natural 19.
bad.
That's a hit there, buddy.
Nice.
That's
Now,
a
is
hit.
that a crit by chance?
No, that is not a crit.
No problem. Now, Warflow has something on a crit, but we'll roll some damage. Oh, I rolled it twice by accident, so don't take the second one. I apologize. 13.
Well, they were the same roll.
I know. I just accidentally double-clicked them on this computer that I'm not going to trash talk on here.
Nice. All right.
So
well,
13 points of damage.
Nice.
That's pretty good. That hurt pretty bad on that guy right there, man.
Now, last question. Moving 5 feet is an action, correct?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. No worries.
Yep. But if you only move 5 feet, it's a guarded step, so it would not. It's called a step instead of stride, and it does not trigger attacks of opportunity.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay,
if
thanks.
something has an attack of opportunity.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, good old buddy Tovin. What you got, buddy?
Well, having seen Yosef and Solus being on the bridge together, and Solus not being there anymore, I'm going to run behind Yosef on the bridge, and I'm going to cast...
I'm going to push him.
push. Get rid of him. Drown him like a rat.
Oh.
I'm going to cast guidance on him and whisper in his ear as I touch his shoulder, I want to see you harm better than you heal. And then I want to try a nature check on this thing.
All right, let's roll that nature.
Disappointed.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't recognize this creature either.
That's it for me.
All right, it's up. This froggy-looking goober is up. He is gonna look over at the big old hobgoblin down him, and he's gonna squirt something from his mouth
Ugh.
at him, and let's see if we can get you.
Oh,
It's a natty 16
yes.
for a 25. Is that a hit?
That is a hit.
Is that maybe a crit?
It is not a crit.
Ah, that's a shame. You have
No,
been
it's not.
You have been hit with an entangling slime. You are now clumsy 1.
Already
and
there.
Take a 5-foot penalty to speed for an hour.
It gooped you.
You
Oh,
got
man.
gooped.
Oh,
I done got gooped.
Is he suddenly not getting vaccines?
Gross. The slime can be removed, but it takes 3 actions to do so.
Oh, I can still. I can still do other actions.
Right, but you're
Okay.
clumsy 1, which means all of your attack actions are at a -1 penalty.
Okay.
So I think we can set clumsy on you in some way.
I think Bill should be permanently clumsy.
No, there's no clumsy. But you are clumsy
just
1,
remember
which
it.
is
All right.
-1.
Okay.
And now he's gonna attempt to.
Is there no damage for that attack?
No damage
Okay,
for that
okay.
one. He's gonna try to gore you now with his tusks.
Ah,
Well,
here
that's not
comes
very
the damage.
catch-money.
I know, right?
Right? What we
Now
got?
that is a miss.
Natty 4 for a 10,
10, that is a miss.
and he's gonna try one more time to gore you.
Oof, 21 is a hit.
Natural 20. Oh my gosh!
That is a hit.
All right, here we go. That's
I know.
20 points of damage.
Oof.
I would like
On
to
a
step
crit.
in with my retributive strike.
Down but
Nice.
not out.
Okay, so you take 3 fewer damage.
Oh, excellent. So
And-
17.
Yep, and now I hit him.
No, you take 18. 3 fewer than 21 is 18.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, and now I make a strike with my long sword.
Nice. Get him. Get that froggy boy.
25 to hit.
Ooh, that's a
Excellent.
hit. That is a hit.
Thanks.
All right. Oof, that is 10 damage.
Oof. Dang, that's pretty good, man. Not enough to kill him, but he's on his last froggy legs, let me tell you.
None will hurt my allies. Never again.
Thank you.
Wow. Yosef, you are up.
Okay, so I want to do something, and you can feel free to tell me no. But I see on the map that there are chains going across above us for this drawbridge. I want to move 10 feet back in between Tovin's legs underneath him. Or not 10 feet, just 5 feet to the left.
and then I want to take a little 5-foot run back over. I want to try to use my chain whip, and I want to long jump over my buddy here, Solus, over the slurk and on the other side to flank.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Because I think that sounds cool. First, I'm going to roll a d20, and it's going to be a DC 5 flat check. Okay. If you you're going to roll a d20 for a DC 5 flat check. Okay. If you let's go through this, tell you how I want to do this before you decide if you want to do this or not. Okay. Roll a DC 5 flat check. If you succeed, you will get a +5 to the acrobatics check that you're going to have to make to jump. Okay. If you fail, you will fall into the water and take 1d6 damage.
Okay. And
if you fail either the flat check or the other.
I'll do the flat check right now.
Okay, let's go.
Just DC 5. Rolled an 11.
Cool.
So that's good. And then an acrobatics check.
Yep, let's roll an acrobatics check.
We're going to set +5.
Okay, we're going to set the DC on this because it needs to be relatively difficult.
So for a long jump, which is an athletics check normally, but
you're right.
I would like to.
You can make me roll an acrobatics because of the methodology by which you're doing this.
Thank you. That's all I was really arguing for, because that gives me a +5.
There. Well, you also get a +5 for it, but I'm making this a DC 15. So I'm
that's
giving you a
fine because it should be a DC. It should be for however many feet it is. This is DC.
Right.
Okay, cool. So I get a
+10 total.
All right. Gonna roll my duck die. Natural 17.
Okay, you make it.
So Yosef quickly assesses this the situation around him, whips out his chain, and then darts backwards really quick while still facing towards the slurk right underneath Tobin, and then back through his legs, jumps, whoosh, whips out his chain whip and attaches itself to the end of the chain, Indiana Jones style, swings over Solus and the frog, and lands on the other side.
Nice. I'm going to give you a hero point for that because I think that's cool. Yes. First of all. So you're going to get a hero point for that one.
How many actions is that? Because I feel like that's like
that's two. That's 2 actions, I think.
So I'm going to use my last one to take an attack with the flank.
Nice.
So this is just against flat-footed. There's no bonus for flanking.
Right.
15 against the flat-footed?
Flat-footed. That's a hit.
I used the foundry die.
That meets.
God, thank God. I was like, why did I roll that? As soon as I clicked on it, I was like, why? Why did I do that? Okay.
Meets.
That, I can target this frog, and I'm going to roll damage. Oh, it added sneak attack, too. Sweet.
Yep, because he is flat-footed.
God, I fucking love Foundry. 13 points of damage.
I want you to describe your kill, because that was badass.
Yosef finishes his superhero leap and lands on the other side. And looks at this frog, and he is like, class canceled, and dissects it with one swoop across the belly.
Jesus.
That felt like a Law and Order bit or something.
That was bing bing.
I loved it.
That was pretty freaking great.
It's campy, but
that was pretty freaking great. That was awesome. I thought that was really cool, guys.
Yeah.
All
that
right.
was for missing the 3 times before.
And he kind of like limps a little bit after he lands because that was kind of extraneous, and he's a little older. His knees don't work so well. He's like, I was just gonna.
What is the Pathfinder equivalent of Geritol?
I actually have a bottle of calcium join for you if you need it.
I'm sure that's the same thing.
I'd like to
take your XP as well.
More XP. Bill would like to sit down and to remove all the sludgy goop off of him.
Yeah, that's 3 actions. I'll just let y'all hand wave it out.
Okay.
Just for the people at home, the way that XP works in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, it's not like a sliding scale. Every level is worth 1,000 XP. Right now,
isn't it just that like higher level monsters give less based on some weird formula?
No, it's based on your level compared to what you're fighting.
Oh.
It's average party level versus the essentially challenge rating.
Okay. That's cool.
Cool. That was pretty great, guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was neat.
2 combats in one session.
Before we continue adventuring, I want to walk up to Yosef and go, that was awesome, but you took that bag of coins, and I'm wondering if we could split it, because finders keepers.
Well, I mean, I wanted to come get it, but then this thing jumped out before I could
I
take it.
I thought you grabbed it.
I wanted to, but I feel like it wouldn't have made sense for me to get down there before the frog jumped out.
Well, then do you want to split it?
Yeah, let's get out of this water and go somewhere dry.
Then
We'll look at all this stuff, and then we'll take the body outside.
I'll go grab. There was a spike trap and the coin pouch from that body. I'll grab the body and all that stuff, and I'll carry him back up and over. I don't think I can make it back up here. I can't.
Yeah, we'll walk into this room and lay everything down.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And this, Yosef, this room back here, yeah? The first
move up to the north.
Oh, okay.
That's just closest.
Okay. Yep.
Also, just lean down. I need to fix you. You look very hurt.
Thanks. I'll place all my stuff here. Get that healing.
So you're gonna kind of sit in the opening and try to quietly.
Yeah, we'll just I'll patch. I'll attempt again to patch somebody up and hope I don't fail and wound you. Should just be a
have
DC
to crit
15.
fail to wound him. So you'd have to get
That's
a 5
true.
or lower.
Well,
Oh my god.
Oh,
my got a
gosh,
6?
natural 1.
But it's a 6?
But it's a natural 1, so it's a crit fail.
isn't that
Still
cool?
on skills?
Well, it's just a fail. Then it's just it's a crit fail because it drops it down one level.
Isn't that cool?
I was just about to say I have healing potions.
This is why I fucking despise Foundry.
But I thought you loved Foundry as well.
I like what Foundry does. I hate its RNG generation because
But this
as
is
we've
not
already
Foundry's RNG
I
generation.
don't believe you. I so do not fucking believe you still.
This is
So
not
how much
Because every
damage
time you
do I
say you
take?
change, I think a D8.
Yep,
Oh
1d8.
boy. You
I
can kill
think
me right now.
I'll knock you unconscious.
You could probably kill me right now.
Yeah, you take a D8 of damage.
Now you're gonna
Sorry.
roll. Now you're gonna roll an 8. Watch.
Yeah. No, this is when it happens.
Oh.
Oh, you just knocked him unconscious with
I'm
6
dead.
damage. That's hilarious.
Yep.
I cut your throat on accident.
You have the dying 1 condition.
Yep.
That's cool.
Isn't that great? Isn't that so fucking cool? How every
could've
time I
healed
try to
myself.
heal my friends, I fucking fail.
So in this moment, Tobin's gonna push. Yosef
Everybody letting
aside.
you know that Foundry RNG is a fucking lie.
This isn't Foundry's RNG though. This is
I don't believe you said that
Random.org.
last time, and then you were like, "LMAO didn't install it. My bad."
well, that was not in this game. That was somewhere else. That wasn't
So-
on this server. That was a different server.
So in that moment, Tobin's gonna push Yosef out of the way and so like, get out of the way. You have no idea what you're doing. And he's going to cast Stabilize. And I guess I'm going to cast it.
That's
And then he's going to actually cast one of his heals on him. It'll be touch. Oh my goodness!
Ooh.
So it's a 1 action. Was anybody else hurt? By the way, I think it was only
I think
Bill,
it was just
right?
me. Yep.
Okay.
Well, if you do directed, like the 2 action, doesn't it give a bonus?
It just automatically does 8. Oh, increase the hit points restored by 8. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I
it's
couldn't
1d8
really
plus
see
8.
very well.
so it's 1d8 plus 8, right?
I mean, I'm sorry, Bill, as he's talking to his unconscious body.
Yeah.
I just, I have very little experience with. You know, he never did tell me what he is.
That's
You're just gonna wake up and
That
be
is
like,
just
"Bad
so-
news! Your
Well,
insurance denied your credibility."
So
10?
Yep. So you pop back. You are no longer dying because I stabilized you.
Right.
Now you're back up to 10. So
To 10 health. I wake up and say, "Wasn't Yosef healing me before?"
I did. Welcome back.
yeah,
Tobin
he
is
was
over
just-
me.
He was
Wait.
just really, really tired. he had to give up. He was doing
so
chest
great.
compressions and his arms got tired, so I took over.
Oh well, thank you.
No problem. And he starts rescue breathing. He puts his mouth over yours. No, it's yeah. Is there anything else we can do for him? Anybody else have anything?
I have
before
a
dispense?
healing potion myself.
Okay.
Well, let's. What are we looking at in here?
I can try to treat wounds too. but,
Okay.
let me do my medicine check real quick. just to try to bring you up back to par.
Yeah, you have to treat wounds him or he's got wounded one.
Oof, 19.
Right. 19. I succeed.
2d8.
That's 2d8.
Yep.
I feel better already.
Bring him close to Mac. Depending on what you roll.
Ooh,
10.
Another 10.
So,
Close.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
close
almost-
enough. Yeah, I'm up. I'm only 3 away. I'm fine.
okay.
All right, so I'm going
Thanks.
to kind of hand wave and say that you are kind of outside this room because otherwise it doesn't make a whole lot of sense what's about to happen.
We were outside the doors.
All right, well, I guess you guys, what's the plan now that you're up and
We'd
ready?
walk back into this room
Yeah.
now that we've got all of our stuff taken care of. Ray's good. We've left the cobalt body back in the first room. We'll take it outside when we're done with whatever we have to do here.
Excellent.
Well,
As you walk into this room, you see piles of rotting timbers and loose stones lying in heap around the large L-shaped hall. Clumps of moss and tangled vines spill down from gaps in the wooden ceiling above each pile of rubble. Several doors lead out to all sides, most barely clinging to their hinges and frames. Debris completely blocks a wooden stairwell that leads up to a large hole in the ceiling. Here and there, the stone walls bear the scars of fire damage from an ancient battle. As you guys walk in, you see 3 of those Mitflit characters around a gigantic, pulsating, larval-like creature.
Oh.
They all turn to look at you as they walk in the building. Let me give you a quick look at what these ugly, nasty, pulsating thing looks like. Looks at you with them eyes.
It's dirty.
eyes.
And those of you that understand Undercommon, you hear like, it's like, you hear him say, "Time to try them out. Attack!"
Oh boy.
And
Oh no.
we'll see you next week.
Son of a... Mike, would you like to curse the audience?
No, I had a good session. I had fun.
Last time everything was said that needed to be said.
Roll for Intent uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Roll for Intent is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit Paizo.com. Characters and original storylines are the property of Roll for Intent. Music for this podcast provided by Dark Fantasy RPG Studio, Michael Gilfie, Kevin MacLeod, and Tabletop Audio. Visit our website at rollforintent.com. Any questions or suggestions, email us at mailroom@rollforintent.com.